Are you noticing anything different about me? Yeah, I cut my hair short. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl, Dan Schmella. So today's video is going to be talking about my worst performing stocks. Now, the reason why I call them my worst performing stocks is because they have not been doing so well, and more importantly, they have either slumped and yeah, I mean, the vibe I'm getting from them, it ain't it. I ain't feeling it. Like, this is not what I thought this was going to be. This is not the ride I thought we were going to ride on with them when I got onto the bus with them, like. But, anyways, we're going to talk about them, and I'm going to give you guys what I think the future looks like for these particular companies and their stock price. But I'm going to stop fooling around. I'm gonna stop wasting my time, and I'm gonna get ahead and get into today's video. So to start off with, if you haven't watched my last video on my best performing stocks, I'm gonna put a link of it right up here. And in that video, I talk about some of the stocks that I have and that have been doing well, and I believe are going to continue to do well. So if you're interested in looking for stocks to buy, do go ahead and definitely watch that video. It's going to give you a lot of insights and help and probably give you some answers into what you're looking for. Now, for those of you who watched that video, the last stock I ended up talking about was Fastly, and I have talked about Fastly a lot. One of my friends, when I visited her in Dallas, referred to me as Fastly girl. Anyways, but I love that company. It's one of my best performing stocks, and it's also one of my worst performing stocks, just because I missed out on the opportunity to sell all my shares when it dipped. But I am so confident it's going to rise. It's rising, and it's been rising, and I know it's still going to continue rising. So stay tuned on Fastly. Don't sleep on it, honestly. Anyways, now I talked about also why I thought it was on my worst performing list in my previous video. So without further ado, we're going to ease into the next stock that I have for you guys. So the next stock that I have for you guys is Gilead Sciences. And I bought into this stock back in, I want to say around May. And it was trending around like $78, $77. And right now it is just below $60. So the stock has not been doing very well. And the reason why I bought into the stock was, number one reason was because it's a great dividend stock. Now, if you don't know what a dividend stock is a stock that pays you, a shareholder, for investing in a company. So usually when I'm looking for my dividend stocks, I'm looking for stocks that have a 7 to 12% payout on the dividend. And what that means to me is that at the end of the day, for the given number of shares that I own in that company, I'm going to be receiving a certain amount of money. And if you're looking with companies that have like 7 to 12% or even higher, the amount of money you get per share is a lot higher. So that's why I went ahead and bought into Gilead Sciences. And the second reason why I also hopped onto it was because it was, at the time, it was in the process of developing a drug to cure or to deal with the COVID. And the drug itself is called Remdesivir. And the drug actually does not cure every patient, but it helps to alleviate the disease or the illness when found at an early stage, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna have articles of it down in my link below, so go ahead and read them for your own personal information if you want. So that's what the drug does, and the drug has been performing actually really good. It drove sales of Gilead Sciences by 17% compared to last year. And remember when Trump was sick and he needed to get something to, fix himself? Guess what came into play? Remdesivir came into play. And you know, I was honestly expecting that for a drug that, helped cure the president and that has been helping with a lot of cases, millions of cases here in the US, it would do good for the company. For some reason, I don't know why. Well, you know what? I'm going to find out why, and I'm going to put the reason of it right here. I'm kind of bummed by it. I mean, I know that you cannot win all the time, but it'd be nice. I mean, I was expecting it to do a lot better than what it's actually doing right now. So the next company that I have for you guys is EOG. EOG Resources is a company that deals with the exploration and production of oil and gas. And I got into EOG, I'd say back in 2018 when I was fresh off of out of school, and I started working, and I was like, I need to be smart about my money and things like that. And so being in the oil market, I knew that EOG was a great company. At the time when the oil market wasn't great and was trading around 35 between 35 and $40 a barrel, EOG was one of those companies that was able to make profit at that low price of oil. And while most other companies were struggling, the way it had structured itself, it was structured in a way that it was able to reduce on its cost and generate profit and revenue for its investors. So that's one of the reasons why I hopped onto it. Now, at the time when I bought into EOG was trending at $115. And it started dropping in 2019. And with COVID and the oil crash that followed due to COVID, EOG is sitting at $53. I mean, this is much better than what it was last week or 2 weeks ago. It was sitting at around $30. Today it's back up to $53. So it's good, but when I bought it at $115 a share and looking at it at $53, I'm like, I lost money, honey. Like, whoo. So, and this is where I learned one of my biggest lessons when it comes to investing. And that lesson was diversifying your portfolio. So before the crash, I was mostly invested in the oil and gas sector because that's what I was working in, and that's what I understood best at the time. And at the time, the notion of diversifying was like, well, it's not something I was as familiar as I am right now, mostly because I learned the hard way. So I've lost about $62 per share because of this. And whew, it's one of those things where it's like you need to brace your heart and don't just focus on your losses. Don't focus on your losses because you stand to make a lot more with your gains. And so where I stand, I've made a lot to like cover all these losses, but point being is this is one of my worst performing stocks. And this week, this Thanksgiving week actually, to be more precise, Tuesday of Thanksgiving week was one of the highest trading days. Tuesday and Monday was one of the highest trading days for oil and gas companies. Their stocks surged to like, I don't know, a lot of them were rising past 10%. Daily, honestly, they increased. On Monday it was up by over 10%. On Tuesday it was up by over 10% too. So Wednesday was kind of like, I think people are just selling their stocks and be like, yeah, they're out. But I personally own shares. I'm still gonna keep my EOG shares because I'm just like, I must make this money back. Like, I gotta make my money back. Like, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna ride this ride and I'm gonna make my money back. But I also have shares in Halliburton, which is also one of my worst performing stocks, just because I mean the oil and gas has not been great right now. So once I saw how high it hit on Monday, Tuesday morning at the beginning of the stock trade, at the beginning, I'm telling you, I was ready to sell all my shares. I'm like, I'm having none of this. I don't want it no more. I sold my stocks in Halliburton. But I'm gonna keep my EOG stocks because it's still a good company. Takeaway from this is I lost a lot of money with EOG, but I still believe that because of the way it is structured, it is still going to do great. A good example for that is a company like what's the name? Parsley. Parsley Energy is another oil and gas stock that has rebound from where it was before COVID. So it's not all oil companies that are doing so terrible or that do not recover from the downturn in the oil and gas sector. But there are some companies that have recovered just because of the way they are structured and things like that. So keep that in mind, guys, when you're looking at the company and you're interested in buying, look into how structured the company is. How is it structured to handle losses? Does it burn a lot of cash? Does it have any reserves and things like that? I mean, having available cash is one of the reasons why Southwest Airlines is not as down as all the other airlines. And instead of firing everybody or like selling everything, it's buying things. So these are things you want to keep in mind when you're looking into buying a company. The last two stocks that I have on my list of worst performing stocks are Regal Pharmaceuticals and Califare Bioscience. Now, the reason why they are on this list is simply because I'm not being patient enough, or I am done being patient, honestly. So I bought these stocks back in April, and so far, what has happened to them is instead of increasing, they have mostly dipped. So, for example, Califare Bioscience, I bought it when it was at like $6 a share. Now it's trending at $4. And Regal Pharmaceuticals, I bought it when it was at $4 a share, and now it's trending at $3. So I'm experiencing some losses here, but it's mostly because I'm not being patient enough. I think by next year, beginning of next year, these two companies are going to start soaring. Maybe towards the end of this year, towards the end of December, actually. But let's find out what they are actually. So Regal Pharmaceuticals operates as a clinical stage biotechnical company. It discovers and develops novel targeted drugs in the therapeutic areas of immunology, oncology, and immune oncology. I don't know what that is, honestly. All y'all med students and all y'all in the medical field can inform us more and tell us what exactly all those terms mean in the comment section down below. Thank you. So, what attracted me in this company, as it says, is the new approach that it's taking to deal with these different areas of the human body. So I'm someone who's always on the lookout of something that's fresh, something that's different, something that's innovative, whatsoever way. And that's why I hopped onto Regal Pharmaceuticals, because of what exactly was it. I promise that I looked up those terms and things like that when I was investing in the company. I just don't remember much of it, honestly, and I don't want to try to explain it and lie to you guys. So I'm gonna let all the people in the med field that are watching this video to educate more onto all the terms that this company is just talking about in the comment section. So, like I said, I was interested or attracted to it because of its fresh and novel way of doing things. And it's the same reason why I also invested in a company like Novavax. Remember, I talked about Novavax in my video on how to find good small stocks to invest, which I'm going to put up right here. And I bought Novavax at the time when it was like around $15-16, and I sold it when it was over $100. It's still going to go back up, honestly. And these are things that, I mean, these are things that you want to look for also, or you want to like catch right out when you see it. When you find a company that's doing something in a different way, or it's providing a different approach to, especially when it comes to the medical field, because it's not a one size fits all when it comes to the medical field. So anyways, now when it comes to Califare Bioscience is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company which focuses on discovering and developing small molecule drugs that target novel and critical metabolic pathways in tumor and cancer fighting immune cells. It offers a program such as pipeline, glutaminase inhibitor, and I didn't want to read that. The company was founded by blah blah blah. Anyways, so again, it brings me back to my point. Finding a company that is doing something very new, or not doing something new, but it's doing or providing a new approach to solve an existing problem. Now we all know that cancer is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I call it an industry, honestly. Cancer it's not a disease. Personally, from a business standpoint, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound very inhumane or insensitive, but from a business standpoint, cancer is a multi-billion-dollar business in the medical field. I personally find it funny that we're able to send people to the moon, but we're unable to cure or find a cure to cancer or to tumors and things like that, especially when we catch it at an early stage. And we have been doing research and upon research on all these other forms of cancers and things like that for the last, I don't know, century, at least way before I was born, and we're still not able to find a cure for it. It's simply because a cure for it would, destroy all profit for all these other drugs and all these other products that all these businesses have out there. So anyways, let's leave that little anecdote on the side and conspiracy theory right there. But Califare Bioscience is a company that is, like I said, Califare Bioscience is a company that's providing a fresh and different way in dealing with cancer, more of like attacking it down to the molecular level, to break it down from that point, and then further breaking down the entire organism, or the entire growth in itself. And I believe that if it's already at its clinical stage, it's just a matter of time for this to be FDA approved, come out with results and things like that, and then boom, up in the market. And once it's up in the market, money, 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 money. It's what it is. So that's why I've invested in it, and I'm firmly believing that it's just a matter of time for this company to just soar, just like Novavax did, and probably blow out of proportion, way past Novavax. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Share your thoughts and your views, what you think about the different companies that I talked and shared here. And if you have other companies that you like to suggest, go ahead and do that in the comment section, and let's just go ahead and interact. Remember, my goal for us is to all grow and make gains together. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Honestly, I mean, we shouldn't be missing out on all this great and valuable information. I mean, come on, there's enough money for it to go around for everybody. So go ahead and share and tell your friends and talk to them. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a great and happy holiday. Thank y'all.